And live on Facebook.
Live on Pod-A-Holics is what Corey
Live on
really meant to
Pod-A-Holics. Live
say.
on Facebook. Live on YouTube. Live on Spotify. Shit, man. We on every damn platform. If you haven't heard this podcast, then you need to start listening to Pod-A-Holics, because this is the number one podcast that you need to be listening to if you want to live a successful life and grow a successful online business. Kevin, what's going on, my man? Happy Monday, my dude. Today is a hell of a day.
Do
Holy
you guys
shit.
do Halloween in Canada? I haven't asked that.
Yeah. Halloween Canada.
Like
Well,
on the
it's usually like
31st?
yeah, but it's like a mix between, well, at least in Calgary anyways, like Christmas and Halloween, because we have snow all over the ground.
Okay,
you're
but
at-
like, is there like a specific Halloween day?
Yeah, same day as the rest of the world celebrates Halloween.
Okay. I mean, like 3-4 weeks ago, you told me it was Thanksgiving. So
Yeah, but you got to remember, Thanksgiving is only in Canada and the
yeah,
USA, right? And then Canada's Thanksgiving is because our whole thing with European people that came here with Canada's whatever,
yeah.
just different time than the United States. And you guys, like to do everything a little bit different, since the rest of the world follows the metric system and you follow that. Imperial. Was it Imperial?
Imperial.
Yeah, you guys follow Imperial. So again, USA just wants to be
Imperial.
different from the rest of the world. I'm surprised you guys don't have a different Halloween than the rest of the world, to be honest. I'm surprised you guys don't do like October 30th and be like, yeah, ahead of everyone
You know
else.
what's interesting? I was looking at obviously everybody's been watching like scary movies and all that. Like this is the time where everybody watches like the scary shows and whatnot, right? And everyone's freaking out about Jeffrey Dahmer. And then I saw some like kid dressed up as Jeffrey Dahmer. And everybody on the internet was like, "Oh my god, can't believe the parents would do this, blah blah. The kid definitely didn't choose." And I'm thinking, so you're saying that Jeffrey Dahmer isn't okay, but we glorify fucking Freddy Krueger and all these like other things. They're not real. I get it. Right. They're not
Mhm.
real. But still, you know what I mean? Like you're still kind of glorifying the murder scene.
Yeah, well,
Other than the
again,
fact that one is real versus the other one, but still, like, and then I get on Facebook and then there's like pictures of fucking like Chucky, the fucking doll, and like Freddy Krueger and Jason like decapitating other cartoons, but like people. And I'm like, this is cool, whatever. It's Halloween. Like, this is always what I've been used to Halloween. But like, then you see other parents like, oh my God, can't believe. I'm like, when did this start? This, like, I don't know. I don't want to be insensitive, but just like this pussy ass shit around like certain things that have always been tradition for so long of like dressing up a certain way where now all of a sudden it's bad. I get it. Like, but fuck, come on.
yeah,
Come
but
on. You
like
like
at the same time though, if you kind of
I'm
really
not saying I glorify Jeffrey Dahmer. That's not what I'm saying, guys.
oh no, but then on the flip side, let's take it to a different, like a whole different scenario, right? So all these
Mhm.
parents that are like, oh, right? Well, okay, well, why don't you fucking look at it, or just people in general, just look at it fucking
Yeah.
this way then. So we glorify fucking these crazy ass fucking video games, Modern Warfare 2, all these all this
Yeah.
shit, and they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, this is all cool. Well, they don't think that's the real fucking thing going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
So what's the fucking difference?
What's the
Again,
difference?
again, the thing is, because people get so focalized on one thing they can all group up on and just start bitching about, because let's be honest, at the end of the day, whether it is back in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s where everyone was
Mhm.
negative as fuck, and now it's nowadays where everyone jumps on the positivity train to talk shit now. I don't know. It's the same fucking thing, just now people
Yeah.
could do it from the whole, oh, I'm on the positive good side of things, so you're the fucking idiot and fuck you, fuck. Like, opposed to like, well, if you're really positive, instead of like ripping people down and apart because you're positive and they made a mistake, maybe do the whole Jesus thing, forgive them, help build them back up, because all these other people are good to start commenting on other people's sins and all the things that they do, but then when they look at themselves in the mirror, they're like, I'm gonna hide every skeleton I got.
Yeah.
So get the
Dude, I
fuck over yourself. Like that. Like again. Like I won't get into
we
society these days, because let's be honest, I'm a white dude with tattoos, and if I say shit, I'll get crucified. But at the end of the day, like
nah, hey, not anymore. You if you're Kanye, You say some
Man,
shit.
I just keep my fucking. I
You don't
just
even
stay
gotta
away.
be.
I just
You
stay
don't even
away
gotta
from
be
it.
white or black or Latino or any of that bullshit
Man,
anymore.
at
You
the end
just
of the day,
gotta
I
say
just
something.
stay away from this shit because, like, at the end of the day, like, even the whole, for prime example instance, I just hear like, shouldn't I got my ass fucking younger, like,
Yeah.
fuck, like,
I'm not
spanking's
a
not again.
yeah,
I'm not a
spanking
parent
isn't
either,
like
but I'm so sensitive around.
so
Get the
many like
fuck.
sensitivities, bro.
It's because one, right? Like right now, like they make it seem like that words are worse than actual actions. Like I rather someone talk all the shit in the world to me, and then I rather that than someone punch me in the face or something.
Yeah, like people are like Andrew Tate, for example. Andrew Tate,
It's-
like if you guys are following any of the Andrew Tate stuff, he got kicked off of social medias, and I'm just like, for what fucking reason? Anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk
No,
about today. We almost didn't even jump on the podcast.
it's oh my god,
I
man,
did
it's
cancel.
been
I said,
crazy.
hey, we need to cancel this shit. Last episode
Really
was
pushed
last
the
week
front.
ever. But no, we're just busy. And we're just here to kind of just talk to you about how to handle the busyness. Because truth be told, I'm fucking not really anxious or stressed. I'm just busy.
It feels like anxiety and stress, though. It feels like I'm behind the 8 ball every day, and I'm trying to like catch the fuck up. Like as soon as I wake up, like I'm behind.
Yep.
Where realistically, am I really behind? No, not so much. But it's just when you get so much shit on your plate, and I think this is the biggest problem that we all struggle with. And again, no matter what, like I thought my fucking schedule was balanced and I had all the time in the world to do shit. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, yeah, I haven't really worked out a whole lot. Well, mind you, no one's been really seeing me post any videos lately. I think I posted the first one in like 4 days.
Yeah.
So
That's tough.
it is.
So
But
like
at the end of the day,
what are you doing to kind of help mitigate then the
well,
level of like work, the level of stress? What is like something that helps you kind of get back in control of maybe what you're losing right now?
well, I think the best thing that anything you can do here at this point is when you feel like you are hitting a certain level where you're kind of getting tapped out and like you don't have much bandwidth. And again, like this is going to happen at all different levels, right? So no matter what level you're at, you're going to hit this and you're going to keep hitting it every new level you hit. But this is where it's one you need to reckon on because this is the point where it's like you know you're busy, you can like push.
Hmm.
If you keep pushing down the same road doing the same things, then eventually you're going to tap out, which is what we've seen with multiple coaches before. Like they'll be making 10, 15, 20K a month, but they're only doing that from a pure effort standpoint, where if they let off the gas at all, that's going to drop right back down. So that's where you need to, number one, you need to realize you're going down this path and you're already starting to, let's say, suffocate a little bit. You need to now start looking at what are the things that you need to do to start changing that up. Maybe it's changing your schedule. Maybe it's offloading some work on something else to outsource it. But I think the absolute best thing you can do is ask for fucking help from someone at the same level or who's been there before.
Hmm.
Because you might be in your mind like, okay, I got to do X, Y, and Z, A, B, C. But then what happens if that still just causes you more stress work? Because here's the thing, everyone thinks that just because you outsource work doesn't mean that work goes away. That
Right.
now brings up a whole new plethora of other challenges that you need to deal with in terms of hiring, interviewing, hiring, managing, everything.
Managing was
So
our topic of conversation today.
yeah, it was. But again, like these are the type of things where if we don't see where we're trying to go, then chances are you're going to step in a wrong hole and you're going to fall on your fucking face.
Yeah.
Which I've done this before. And this is why last week I was feeling this and I chatted. Well, I shot you a message like, yo, Kev, we got to do something about this. I'm getting tapped out with my bandwidth here. And I'm like literally working 7 a.m. to midnight every day. So when these types of things happen, I think self-awareness is important, but then
Yeah, we talk about that
also,
a lot.
yeah, and then also being aware of the fact that if you don't know what to do, don't keep trying to go down the same road, trying to basically do the same shit with different variations, thinking it's going to work, because it's not. And you might make like again, if you redo your schedule, like I redid my schedule how many times, but you might make up a couple hours here and there. You might make a few more here and there if you're really efficient with your batch working and you're really scheduled out. But then there's still going to be a glass ceiling there. And you're going to hit that glass ceiling, you're going to keep hitting it and hitting it and hitting it, and you're going to top out at it to the point where you just say fuck it, unless you ask someone who knows how to break that glass ceiling.
Yep. For me, I mentioned this. Was it on the podcast? I think it might have been on the podcast because this topic is very similar to the other one, to the other episode that we did, which was titled, fuck, what did we title it?
Well, last week we were talking about like when you're getting involved with stuff and especially getting started with things and you get overwhelmed and you feel like you're redlining
Yeah.
and you're doing a lot. So it's kind of along the same lines, but now like instead of what we were talking about last week, whereas like when you're redlining, waiting for things to catch, you
Yeah.
need to really start planning those things out. Now, this is the point where it may have caught, but now you kind of hit another level where you're spinning out again.
Yeah. No, for me the big thing when I am getting busy on a daily basis is I try to knock out like some of the big things as much as possible, and I always try to take a little bit of time to myself as well. So that way I don't feel like, at least for me, I can't, I've never been one to work on things for like 10 hours straight. Like I've always been one to work on something for 4 to 5 hours, let's say, as an example. Then I'll take an hour or two break to go work out or just do me for a second. Whether it be go visit a friend, have lunch with a friend, watch a little TV, work out, play some video games, or whatever the case may be, that's not work, and then go back at it again, right? Um, I've just never been one to just go straight. So my way of handling is, how can I knock out the big elephants in the room first? Maybe wake up a little bit earlier, get those big boys out of the way, take a decent break, recollect, and then do some more. I found myself to not get frustrated and like show outward frustration. Like there's so many people out there that I know that are just like working on something and are just constantly like, ah, right. Oh my God. Like I can't believe I got to do this. And I've just never been one of those people. And I think it's because I've been able to kind of manage my outward stress very well, because I like to take like smart breaks. Um, so when I get buried to the eyeballs with certain things, I don't, as much as people may say like, just get it all done like all in one. I understand that, but then I look like the person who's like pulling their hair out, and I just don't like looking that way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it affects my mood. Like some people might be like, well, that's the sacrifice. I get it, but it affects my mood. It affects my like happiness to do the thing. And it's not, I'm not saying I'm not going to do it. I just separate it a little bit more. Again, this isn't like doing less work. I'm okay with elongating my day a little bit more, as long as I get the thing done, than trying to like do everything on like a one jam-packed like 8 hour, 9 hour session. I just don't operate that way very well. So maybe if you're a person that's experiencing a lot of stress that way, and you're doing all the things, and you're feeling like you just keep getting things piled on and piled on and piled on, and by the end of the day you feel so busy you can't complete anything, maybe those tasks that you're doing could be separated a little bit more, and you can feel a little bit more relief by having like half days instead. And maybe that I got used to that because I used to work at LA Fitness, and LA Fitness kind of made you operate that way, like 4 hour spurts, 3 hour breaks, and then 4 hour spurts again. But I don't know. It's one of those things that I just can't work straight through. It stresses me out. Versus some people, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like they say that it doesn't stress them out, but they look stressed.
Yeah, 100%. So I think the steps to this are, because like obviously we're all different. We all handle our that's different, our schedules. Some people fucking sit there for 8 hours right right? And like 5 minutes to an hour, and then I have to get up and go do something. So something that I'll do, just yeah. So I think the biggest things that we need to understand and the steps that you need to take is number one, you got to identify who you are as a person. Okay, so are you the type of person that can sit there for 8 hours long, crush it out? Are you like someone like Kevin, where you can sit there for maybe 3 to 4 hours long and pay attention, crushing it? Or are you someone like me, who I need to like literally go from task to task to task every hour, or else I just lose interest, focus, and just wanting to do it? So again, understanding your personality is going to be super important. So I know when I days where it's the laptop, I gotta do this, I gotta sit down for X, Y, and Z time. Then I'm gonna get up, take my dog for a walk, because that's when I can, one, you gotta take your dog for a walk, two. Then number two, getting exercise, moving around just mentally is gonna help you. But then what I do is then I'll do like the smaller tasks when I'm doing something like that, like messaging or responding. You don't necessarily be sitting down just heavy into it, but you can still be into what you're doing while going for a walk, while walking around your office, around your house, like whatever the case is. Even like something that I used to do in university, especially studying for exam stuff, is we also in kines, but when you again, some people can't, they can only what they call in being intentional for an X amount of time, and everyone has a threshold for this, because after you pass that threshold, now the percentage of you actually staying intentional and focused is going to start diminishing as the time goes to where it's like you're sitting there and you're like just staring at it and you're like, I don't even know what to fucking do. Okay, right. So now when you're able to break these tasks up, but then you're able to now actively put in exercise in there, not only is the exercise going to get your body moving so you just feel better and get those endorphins, hormones, and all that stuff moving, but what it does is it now also takes away from the stress and focus of the one specific thing. So then that way you can now maybe go do something else, whatever it is. So that way it's going to now regenerate so you can now stay more focused. The other end with this as well is now prime example for this. How many of us have been trying to figure out something and you're sitting there like, and you're forcing yourself to sit? Like I've done it where like I've forced myself to sit in front of my laptop till 2 a.m. trying to figure something out, and to the point where like you just can't. So at that point, you're wasting time. So you're not being intentional, you're not being effective, you're not being efficient, you're wasting time. So understanding yourself like that as a person as well, but then also understanding this too is when you get so tied up on something you can't figure it out, going to do something else, something like another task, maybe going to do something completely unrelated, going to work out, go for a walk, whatever it is, just doing that and taking your attention away from it that you're trying to focus on so much, you'll probably come to the conclusion of what you're trying to figure out when you're doing something else. So, you know, Kevin, when you're trying to fucking find something in your house, you can never find it until you don't look for it, and then you do find it.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing. Okay, so understanding this in you as a person is going to be super important. The next step with that is, now that you understand you as a person, you're like, okay, so I can do this, 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 and this. Now, what do I need to do? Well, you need to schedule and organize yourself. Because for me, prime example, if I'm not scheduled and organized, then I'm jumping from task to task to task to task to task to task to task. I have a whole list of shit to do. I'm not getting through it. So now I'm stressing out about this, stressing out about this. Am I going to get to that? Am I going to get to that? Now the work that I am working on, I'm not even doing it properly. I'm not even focused on it. It's not even coming out that well. And then you're going to get about 60% of the shit done, or maybe it's at a 60% effort if you got it done. So these are the type of things. So now scheduling, organizing yourself to the point where you can now identify the top priorities that Kevin was talking about. So the big elephants in the room, the big things you need to get done, the big things that are going to drive your life forward, your business forward, your health forward, whatever forward. Those are the things you need to focus on. Now those peripheral things where, again, they're important, but they're not as important in these, but they take your time away from the super important stuff. Well, that's where you now need to go to the third step, which is looking at how to outsource. So if you don't know how to outsource, then you need to add a step in before that. And Kevin, can you guess what that one is?
Delegation.
Delegation, yeah, but it's also fucking asking someone. Like, ask for fucking help. We've talked about this so many times, and then even like y'all see a bunch of reels out there from all these high-level CEOs and all this shit, and what's the number one thing they always say? If I could go back and tell my younger self something, it'd be ask for help.
Ask for help.
Yeah, because how many times has I'm going to try this on my own ever fucking worked out? Ever. Whether it is in life, whether it is in your health, whether it's in your fucking business. When have we ever said, I'm going to give this a try myself first, see how it goes? Well, did you give it a try first by yourself riding a fucking bike?
You got some
No.
help?
Yeah, you probably got some help. So why are these things any different? Now, that's riding a bike. Like, Kevin, if you didn't fucking learn how to ride a bike for your whole life, would it really impact you to the point where that was like a failure of a life because you didn't know how to ride a bike?
Not necessarily, but it would be weird for your childhood for sure.
Yeah,
Everybody else
but
riding bikes.
but then again, that's riding a bike, and we can all understand. Oh, okay, get help with that. Like parents, I know how to fucking snowboard, shit like that, and other people do too. But like my one friend Sydney, she's like, yeah, my kid wants to go snowboarding, and I don't want to teach him. Yeah, I get that because you might not be good at those fucking things. But now you look at this and like you don't even want to teach your kid how to snowboard. And that's a skill where if he didn't learn how to snowboard, it's not going to impact his fucking life. But then you go into the thing, oh, I'm going to try building my life career doing this. And now that's your job, your house, your income, the ability to support all the super important things. But now for the things that you didn't really care about, you're going to ask for help. And the things you probably should fucking ask for help because they mean a lot, you're going to be like a guy asking for directions. You're not going to fucking do it. So why are you going to fuck around like that? Why is it that everyone is so okay with asking for help and all these things for things that are so minuscule, but things that are important? I want to try it myself.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we always get this. They try it themselves, they fuck it up, and then like, oh, I should have got help a couple months ago.
That's very powerful. Like, why is it that so many people ask for help on little things, but yet on the things that actually matter the most, they want to solve it themselves?
Right? Like, for example, he's gonna listen to this and know I called him right the fuck out. But my one friend got a dog. Never had a dog in his life. Never knows life. He's friends that had dogs. His parents never went. He got a pit bull. Awesome dog. Great dog. He doesn't know how to fucking. That dog runs him. And I all these times like he did like you should go to puppy school. Go to puppy school. And like, I'm gonna do it myself. YouTube videos. Okay, I'll do that. He'd never watch them. So now he's scared shitless of his fucking 1-year-old dog. So now when I go to his house, I tell him to do it, but then he tries to. He's like, "Sit." Okay, I'm just like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Maybe you should have got some fucking help. Now you're scared of your own dog in your own fucking house. Now, yeah, because you're a great dog owner. Like fuck." And again. But he is the prime fucking example reason why people are the reason why everyone has this fucking up shit about a fucking pit bull. Here's the thing I want to crush about pit bulls and all you fucking people out there that think they're crazy aggressive and all these shitty things. I got a pit bull. Biggest sweetheart in the fucking world. Here's the thing. It's not the so dog owner and your dog sucks. It's not your dog, it's you. That's your fucking fault. Because here's the thing. No matter what fucking dog it is, you can train it. But everyone makes Rottweilers, Pit Bulls, German Shepherds, these crazy dogs that are going to kill. And no, they're also on the lower, like not even on the fucking high end of the fucking dangerous dogs. But all you fucking people with Chihuahuas, they're little fucking assholes.
Yeah.
But because they're this fucking big, they bite you. It's not a big, oh, it's cute. Well, my Pit Bull did that. You wouldn't be fucking saying that, would you?
Nope.
No. So here's the thing. If you don't know how to do something, it's okay not to know how to do something. Yeah. I don't know how to bake. I can't bake banana bread. My girlfriend does it. I know this. I know this.
I tried baking banana bread.
It's fucking sad.
It sunk.
It's not fucking supposed to be a souffle, bro.
It sunk. Oh my god. Anyway.
But examples on this shit like this. Like you'll even ask for help baking fucking banana bread. You'll ask your best friend for the recipe how to do that.
I try watching YouTube, and I think.
But then that's the thing. But it goes right back to the same point. It's if you don't know how to do something, learn. Like, do people go to driving school if they've never driven and they don't have a parent that knows how to drive? Even if they do have parents that know how to drive, kids have gone to driving school. A fucking lot. But yet,
you're right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, stop looking at all these little things, like, oh, the things that don't, because again, if you don't drive a car in your fucking life.
Yeah, the things that don't matter as much.
But if you don't get a job, you don't do anything with your life and live on the street, then that's going to be a fucking problem.
Yeah, 100%.
So instead of going to the things that don't fucking matter for help, maybe look at the things that probably do fucking matter for help. So if you're so upset with life right now, because whether it's your health, your business, like your income, whatever, and you don't know how to get out of it, and yet you keep on doing this whole, I'm going to try it myself. I see a break in that. So
yeah, I see a break in that too. All right, Pod-A-Holics, episode 24. We wanted to do a quick one today. Come in here, ask for help. Recognize that maybe sometimes how you're running your work day may not be the best. Obviously, if you're working 9 to 5 and you have certain deadlines and things like that, maybe start your day off a little bit earlier for some personal time instead of just going straight to work. Some people just wake up, they shower, and they go straight to work. Maybe you can dedicate some morning time to you, so that way you don't feel like the day is so long. But if you can break it up in halves, great. Try not to worry about the little things. Ask for help for more of the big things and less of the small things, and you
just
can see
know
success.
yourself. And know yourself. Like, and last thing, Kevin, just one more.
Go ahead.
If you've been caught in this cycle of everything in your life as I'm going to try it on my own, and it hasn't worked on your own multiple times in the past in many different areas of your life, maybe stop thinking it's going to be the same the next time you do it. Because if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, expect a different result.
Yep. Insanity.
There you go. All right, Pod-A-Holics.
Cool. Much love, Pod-A-Holics. You guys have been picking up on the listener count here. It looks like we get a solid amount over the last few episodes. It looks like we got 7 soldiers, 7 rock star people listen to the last episode. I need that shit to double. All right, guys. Much love. Episode 24, Pod-A-Holics. We'll do